friend. Hello. How y'all doing? I don't know what's happening, but it definitely is tripping. Elijah, hello. Mom, hello. Hello, can you hear me? Oh my gosh. Can y'all hear me? Is the question. I need to know if y'all can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes,
So you can't hear me. Okay, great.
I can,
I don't
I
know
heard
what.
you the whole time. I could hear you. You couldn't hear me though.
Yeah, wasn't nothing doing nothing.
Yeah, I heard you though. I heard everything.
Well, that's horrible because I was over here talking shit.
I heard you though. So
Okay, so back to what I was saying, and basically, whoever called me, I'm gonna call you back, and I'm gonna tell you don't call me no more at eight
ooh,
o'clock.
ooh, ooh.
Those who know me know I'm on my podcast, so do not call me to interrupt. That is very rude. Uh, and you interrupted my hot flash story.
I
So,
I turned my camera off for just a second.
oh, you're perfectly fine. So
Okay.
back to my
Mhm.
hot flash story.
Yes, flashes.
Yes, we had a couple of people that said hello. So hello to Elijah, mom, hello. And once again, guys, thank you for joining our podcast. We appreciate it. Unfortunately, podcast is in the rain today. I've been out doing Uber and I pulled over and decided to let's just go ahead and do it here. But back to my hot flash story. So I went to visit my little friend and my hair was a mess. My granddaughter told me I shouldn't go nowhere with my hair looking like that. And I went and I put my hat on. So I got real hot. And it was like either take your hat off or suffer. And I took my hat off. And he was like, it's not that bad. I was like, you are blind. That is ridiculous. So I don't like the fact that this hair is really horrible with these hot flashes. I don't like that. Hi, Jordan. Thank you for joining. We definitely appreciate you joining. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe on YouTube. We have a channel here where we talk about what you're tired of. And we were actually in the process of talking about hot flashes and menopause. But I lost my co host. So hopefully she'll be coming back soon. But as I was saying, guys, so, going through these hot flashes and menopause, it's really, really getting to me. This hair, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it because I really don't know. It's really annoying. Thanks to everybody that is watching. We appreciate you guys. And as you guys know, this is the month of June, and tomorrow is Father's Day. So we definitely are talking about dads, fathers, great uncles who may have stepped in, or brothers to be a father figure. We definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys because you guys mean a lot. And we thank you guys for being the support as well as being out here with us. So back to the little hot flash story. So like I said, I was all over the place with it. And my friend said he really didn't mind. But to me, going through menopause is really embarrassing. So, you know, that's just something that unfortunately when you getting older, you go through. So remember guys, there are different symptoms of menopause. So make sure that, if you're not sure of what's going on or you don't know what the symptoms are, we definitely show it every day. Excuse me, every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For those of you guys who were looking for the commercial, I am sorry that I wasn't able to do the commercial this week. Got a lot going on in about a week. My mom, no, 2 weeks. My mom will be moving to Georgia. So we'll be welcoming Mama Williams to Georgia and get her settled in and get her acclimated to this style instead of California style. So, word of the week is father. What is a father? A father is a person who supports, a person who guides, a person who protects, a person who shows us who and what we are supposed to be about and give us directions on what is going on. Um, Father. When I think of father, I think of I don't think of my dad because dude, you know, dude was dude. You know, he was not. I mean,
Not dude was dude.
yeah, like my father had 7 girls and 1 boy.
Damn.
Okay,
Mom the only boy?
yes, mine is the only boy, and I am the second oldest. He is the third oldest. And I feel like God gave him the chance to get it right because he gave him 7 girls, and he never. Oh my God, we will be on this. We will be on this podcast forever if I start talking about Wayne. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna let him be where he be and let him ride how he ride. Rest in peace, sir. Um, Dad, it's been I think 5 years you've been gone. So rest in peace. You've never been a good dad or I mean a great father. You know, it was what it was, and it is what it is. But thankful for you because I wouldn't be here without you. So that's the only thing I can give you. Other than that, can't give you too much of nothing. Um, but as I was saying, the word of the week was father because my notes are at home on my desk, and it ain't noting right now. But as I say, guys, if you know a good dad, if you know somebody who has stepped in to be a father figure to support kids, support. All right, Londa joining the stream. Oh,
Hi,
hi,
What?
Londa.
I am. I gotta fix it because you know what? I miss y'all. I do. I really do. And you know what? And then I messed around and got this hair braided, and I really wanted y'all to see it because it's super cute. But so I gotta try
Oh,
to figure out how to. Yeah, it is. But
turn the
hi,
camera
y'all.
on
Yeah, turn
Sorry.
your camera
It
on.
it
at the
keeps saying
bottom.
it, but it's saying I gotta do something with my browser. Hold on.
Hey, it told me access denied. Did you see the message I sent you?
Yeah,
I
me.
couldn't read that.
Oh, she said I didn't read that. Yeah, right, exactly. Like, who has time to be reading Mr. Girl? Let me, y'all listen here.
No,
Hey, y'all. Well,
Londa,
look. Hey,
we
hey,
are
hey,
in the
hey.
car. We are doing car podcast today. We are streaming live from the car. So
Oh,
I'm unable to
nice.
see everything like I should. I had to stop at the Dollar Tree and buy me some $1.25 glasses because I left my
Uh-huh.
glasses at home and I
Oh,
couldn't
okay.
see anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's happening.
Let me get this. Let me get. I gotta get this. It's not. This phone will not let me switch this
Don't
thing.
don't feel bad. We don't feel bad. We this technical
We all over the
difficulties
place
are
today.
regularly. They are regular
Okay.
part of the podcast. They are another host.
Okay. Well, I'm here. I'm here via voice.
Okay, well that's perfectly fine as well. We're glad that you're here. Um, but what I was talking about was, today this is June, and for the
Mm-hmm.
month of June, we're talking about dads. And so
Yeah.
basically, I was just talking about the word of the week, which was father. And
Mm-hmm.
I was actually speaking about the father that I had, Lord rest his soul, but I was saying that wasn't never really a dad,
Mm-hmm.
and I was, saying about I got well, 6 sisters and 1 brother.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he never really did anything with any of us. So, Lord rest him. I'm thankful to have him for the purpose of being here. Other than that, it is what it is. So that's basically what the word of the week, and that's what we basically were was word of the week. So,
Okay.
what uh Thundercat? What would you say, or how would you describe fathers?
Um, I think in this instance, Alonda is probably the best person to discuss feelings about fathers because I'm not quite where you are, but um, me and my father have a better relationship now uh, than we have had ever.
Mm-hmm.
So but the term father and the term dad, those aren't necessarily biological terms, just like any other type of relation. So for me, I've been blessed. I've been very blessed to have um, a lot of male interaction in my families from the men that my mother chose to be involved with because she picked real men. You know what I mean? She picked men who cared about her children. Damn near more than they cared about her because literally everybody that she ever had introduced us to treated us like princesses, continued to treat us like princesses from childhood through adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, but I think I love Alonda's relationship that she had with her father, and he was fine, and he was my boyfriend, but I couldn't really say it out loud because he had a whole wife that was her mama and stuff, and that was probably a conflict of interest. But but he was like a real man. Let me just give a little bit, Alana, and then I'm gonna let you
Go
go.
ahead. Go ahead. Do your thing,
But
girl.
he was amazing. Her dad,
Uh-huh.
he was amazing. She had the kind of daddy that make me understand why a lot of women never call their husbands or the men they sleep with daddy. Because if you had that kind of a father, you're not interested in calling your man your daddy. You know what I mean? Like, so anyway, go ahead, Alana. You go ahead and tell the world about, you know.
Okay, wait. For Alana to get on her dad, because I want to hear the amazing dad story as well. But I'm not calling no nigga daddy.
That
The
part.
fuck, I'm not doing that shit. You're not my
Mm-mm.
daddy, nigga. And then if you want me to
Mm-mm.
call you daddy, is you a pervert?
No, is you paying for everything? Because you know what a daddy's supposed to do. So
A daddy is a provider.
I'm talking about all the way across the board.
A provider all across
Yeah,
the board.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
A good dad makes sure. Okay, a good dad gonna make sure they kids straight, they wife straight, they mama straight, they sister
They
straight.
they
That
side bitch straight.
they gonna make sure. You understand? That's what a
Yeah.
real daddy, you understand, gonna do. But I'm not calling no nigga no daddy. Nigga, I be done said,
Fred said,
okay,
I ain't calling no nigga daddy.
She
no, I'm
said,
not doing that
no,
shit.
I'm not either though. I'm not. No, no,
Okay,
no, no,
well,
no.
Wanda,
Wait,
please
mom
tell us.
said hi. Jordan Hill said hi.
Oh, tell them hi.
Yes, hi everybody. Welcome and thank you for supporting our channel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yes, okay, so Londa, let's talk about your wonderful dad.
Hmm. Um, my dad. Oh, my dad was one of the best dads, in my opinion, because he all those things you just said, like you won't call or do that, like he did that. He
Right,
made sure we always had a roof. When I say we, I mean me, my mom, and my brother.
right,
I've never too much have to want for anything. And I don't take that for granted. He w- he just he worked, okay? This word work, okay? He
right,
worked, and then not only did he work, when I say work, I'm talking about a for real job, like at Harness Figure. We ain't gonna say, I'm saying places like real companies. Yeah.
right,
And then when he wasn't doing that, he had properties and stuff. So he had a side hustle that was legal in my eyes. Let me tell you something. My dad, Liz, we used to ride around and get it. He used to be like, "You want to come with me to get this rent money?" Yes, I do. Come on, baby girl. Okay.
right,
He taught me so many things about how a man should treat me.
right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he need to have a job. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't with none of the shenanigans, you know. Now, would he cut somebody out? Absolutely. That's why my mouth is set up the way it is. Because he would politely, or I ain't gonna say I don't know how people would take it. He was a provider, he was a protector, and he didn't take no bullshit from nobody. He didn't care who it was.
Okay.
I can give you an example of one time. I want to say I was probably maybe about like 5 years old, and he would go get his rent money. And my dad is a cash person too. Like, you know, he'd be like, "Hey, listen, that's D'Amica. No, this is another reason why I probably got. I don't know. I might probably got. Girl, I had to go get the money at the bank yesterday, and I was like, wait, let me count it. Let me count. Let me count. Let me count. 24 to 60, 80, 24 to 60, 80, 100. Yes, he taught me about the principles of keeping you some money.
That's what's up.
Yes, you know what I mean. And one time we went, well, just one occasion. He was, but he was a very kind person too. He was fun. He is like the favorite, well, was the favorite uncle. Like all his nieces loved him, you know. And it's just, tomorrow's gonna be very hard for me because I miss him so much.
I'm so sorry, friend.
It's okay. But like my life has not been the same
Oh,
since
friend.
April
Friend.
24th. It has not been the same. It ain't been the same. And so I'm glad that you are having this because I get it. Everybody doesn't have, you know, what I might have had or whatever, but there are some really good, you know what I'm saying? Men that have taken care of their kids. I was just blessed to have one.
That's
And
right.
I don't take that for granted. And I know, so, you know, I have a couple of friends that, you know, they still have their dads. Mine, I
Yes.
don't have them no more. And it's just, mm-mm. I wish I could just like now, and I want to call him and be like, some bull mess going on. What should I do? I can't do that no more. Cause he would have, you know, did whatever. And I'm not even talking about monetary. I'm talking about knowledge. I'm
Yeah.
talking about, you know what I'm saying? If I need a tire change, but yeah, I got a husband. Yes, I do. But I could call my dad. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or
Right.
if, you know, or dad, you know, like if if an accident happened, he fought with me. We when COVID happened, and oh my God, we was trying to get a whole other car. When I tell you he was about to go through that phone on Progressive Insurance about that car, he was like, "Oh no, Londy, you don't let them people do you like that." He
Right.
did not play, like for real. It was all he did not play, and I don't even think it's just because I'm a girl. He was a good grandfather too, you know, to all of his kids. He was the type of grandfather he gonna take all the kids to McDonald's and y'all can have whatever y'all want. Yep.
That's what's up.
Yep. So, but thank y'all for just letting me share that. I know everybody doesn't, you know, might have, but I was just blessed to have a good one. But I will say, now after he passed away, now that went a little left with me, and you know,
Hey,
yeah. I'm just, no, we still working,
girl,
we
I
still
girl, I
working on.
got a story. You want to talk about a story? I could tell you a story about my dad's funeral and them trifling ass sisters I got.
See, and that's the thing. Okay, so let me say this real quick. I always used to be like that. You know, I always wanted a sister. I'm like, but doing you, I got to, you know, because my dad was super cool, and like Tamika said, you don't never look at your dad like
He was
that. But
fine.
yeah,
And he was
apparently
fine.
he
And he
apparently
was
he was nice
fine.
looking. Okay, apparently he was nice looking. Yes, okay, but hush, stop. He was not your boyfriend. Hush. Anyway,
Oh.
I used to be like, Dad, do you got any other, you know, kids? You know, because just please tell me now, because I don't want you, you know, something happen to you. And then here I go, I gotta be nope, nope, no, no. And I was like, okay, I was like, because you could tell me, you know, we was that close. We could know when we close. We just talk about anything. And so, yeah, the funeral came, and yeah, no, ain't nobody, no, didn't ain't nobody.
And
I
no
mean,
kids showed up.
ain't no kids showed up. I mean, they would. I mean, I wouldn't
What
go.
you should have told him, what you should have asked was, is your brother really his kid? Because that's not his son. That's your uncle's son.
And
That's for
yeah,
another show. I'm gonna let that. That's another
That's
show.
Wait a minute.
okay.
Wait a minute.
What I was, well, yeah, that is
You
all. Yes, yeah,
how you just
girl,
gonna
yeah.
throw
Oh
that
yeah,
shit
that's
in the mix
yeah, uh,
and then gonna bring up?
right. But
Oh,
she,
that's for a whole nother show.
right, and then gonna say, "We'll wait."
What?
Girl, I wish I. See, this why this camera need to be on because you know how my face be set up, friend.
Girl.
That I don't know who kid that is because he ain't not. No, I don't know. No, no. He not. He gets no. He
I
gets on
mean,
my everlasting
don't get me
nerves.
wrong.
And
Your brother, he was fine. He was
but my,
fine. He used to be fine. He wasn't
Well,
the same kind of fine as your daddy though. So he was fine like your uncle. He was uncle fine. He wasn't daddy fine. Cause
my,
your uncle was fine.
hey, hey,
Listen,
hey, I understand now. I can't understand that part because my
yeah,
Uncle
cause your
Osby,
uncle fine. Uncle Pookie fine.
Uncle Pookie fine too.
Uncle
But Uncle
Pookie fine.
Osby, girl, Uncle Osby, girl, that I mean that man, fine as wine. Amazing wife. I
Mhm,
love his wife. Amazing
Girl,
wife. But dude is like, that's your uncle? You what?
mhm,
Very handsome.
mhm, mhm. Yeah. And my dad, he only just had one brother, so it was just him and his brother.
Dang,
But his brother did not
I
like
didn't
my
want to
mom.
put
Yeah.
name on the podcast. I wasn't supposed to say
yeah,
his name.
you
I was
said
supposed to put his initials out there, not the name.
and did that and did all
And
that.
did hard,
But can I ask
man.
y'all
Yeah.
a question? Now we're talking. I mean, okay. So now that we didn't talk about like okay the dads that brought us into the world or how in whatever relation we have, but how are what about the kids' dad? You know what I'm saying? Like for real, because I had read something earlier and somebody, and this was a male friend of mine that I've known for a long time, and he was like, I refuse to call any of my female friends, I mean, or refuse to tell them Happy Father's Day. How do y'all
Okay,
feel about
well,
that?
friend, you would like to go first, Thundercat?
I will. I used to say that to women, especially women who were doing both jobs. You know what I mean? Like I've
Okay.
always said it to women, but I also wish men happy Mother's Day. The ones that are
Hmm.
doing that job, because as parents, you do both jobs anyway, whether both of y'all are in the household or not. So, but I understand why. I understand now, I should say, why a lot of men take exemption to that saying. So I'm a little less likely. I don't do it anymore. But I mean, I still do it to my friends. I say Happy Father's Day because I know y'all be doing the damn job, and you got a whole husband that was definitely a father. But I still said it to you. Um,
You talk
yeah.
about me? Hmm.
But I understand, like I said, I understand why a man would have a problem with saying that to a woman. Because you're not a boy.
Well, no, I guess my thing is, I, I Tanika used to call. Did I say her name? Yes, I did. Anyway, because it's truth, the way in life. But she used to say it because she was like, you don't have your baby daddy. So I yeah. I don't know if I ever told you that she doesn't
Right.
do it anymore. But and I was just like, well, I
I
mean,
can
but
understand
he
that.
has a
You know what I
dad.
mean? Like,
You don't know. I'm just saying because he has a dad. My baby ain't don't need for
but
nothing.
that's
So
not.
you know what I
She
mean.
wasn't
Like
saying it for that. That's actually somebody who know you and know what happened. So that you can't even. People's reasons are their reasons.
yeah, that's why I just wanted to know what yours and yours was just because you felt like I was being
No,
both.
I feel like I just feel like as mothers, The
Mm.
roles are interchangeable. Of course you're not a man. Of course you're not the child's dad. Of course you're not. But you end up doing daddy type shit as a parent, and a lot of men end up doing mama type shit as a man. So I understand why people wish opposite sex is the opposite day. I get it. I get it. I get it. And I get why it makes people upset. But I also feel like mind your own damn business and stop taking everything so fucking skin deep. Just say thank you and keep going.
Yeah. Has anybody ever told you Happy
All the
Father's
time.
Day?
Yeah. Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
time.
Oh, okay.
And I don't
I
feel
mean,
any kind of way about it. I used to tell my mother Happy Father's Day as a kid. And
Mm.
and you know, we don't all have the same fathers, but those men were
Mhm.
doing the shit out their job,
Yeah.
except for mine. Except for mine.
Mhm.
But so my
Okay.
mother absolutely was
you see my hand?
mother and father on a lot of days, a
You
lot
see
of
my
times.
hand?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it.
Okay.
Yeah. I get the context
Okay.
of that.
I'm done. Go
Okay.
ahead. I mean,
Sorry, Mom.
go ahead.
Oh no, I was just raising my hand because I can agree with you on that
Oh,
aspect.
yeah, yeah,
But to answer your
Mhm.
question, Londa, yeah, I mean I've said it to women as well. Happy Father's Day.
Mhm.
Just to
Mhm.
back up, same thing what Thundercat said. You feel like you've been the
Mhm.
father as well as the mother. No, we are not men, and no, we're not trying to be men. But the point is, when you got okay, so when you got fathers of the children
Mhm.
who bullshit,
Yep.
okay,
Come on with it.
I
Come
mean,
on.
we can
Come
talk
on.
about it. I mean, I
Go to
got three
church.
baby
Come on.
daddies.
I'm
I'm
here
not
for
ashamed of
it.
that. But what I can say is honestly, I can count one baby daddy that was my ex-husband that still to this day he take the father role above and beyond. And happy Father's Day, baby daddy, because you definitely you show up and show out and do everything and beyond as a great father. I got one baby daddy who ain't shit, ain't gonna be shit, ain't never been shit, and owned and ain't even trying to change none of his ways. And then the other baby daddy, he trying, I could say. But the sad part is, you know,
yeah.
one of these kids is doing their own thing. One of them bitches don't belong.
I'm done.
So when it's all said and done, you got good dads and you got bad dads, and then you got dads who don't never need to be a dad because they don't pay their kids no attention, or they have the kid and they only get the kid so they can get a benefit of the kid, and not cool. So I unfortunately had a dad who was some bullshit, and I could never give him real respect
Mhm.
because how do you tell your how do you tell your child all you good for? Now he didn't tell me this because it would have been a different story. But he
Mhm.
told one of my other sisters all she was good all she was good for was selling her body. And I think to be a father, how dare you tell your daughter something like that? You
Right.
understand? Like I don't agree with
Mhm.
that. And
Mhm.
me and him had a big issue because who is that? Yo yo don't have black fathers laughing out loud. Hey, I mean, it doesn't matter the color of your skin. If you're not a good
Mhm.
dad, you're just not a
Right.
good dad. It
Right,
don't matter what
Mhm.
color you are. You
That
right.
part.
understand? There's some
That
Caucasian
part.
dads out here that are
Yeah.
bullshit.
You could
There's
be
some
purple.
Indian dads out
Yep.
here that are bullshit. So we're
Yep.
not gonna just sit there and say, yo, yo, and I'm not, and I know you laughed about it, but no, straight up. A lot of people do give our black dads bad names, and a lot of them
Mhm.
aren't bad. A lot of them actually take the step and be a real dad. They take the initiative, they decide to have children, and they actually be
Mhm.
there for their children. Unfortunately, there are a
Mhm.
lot out there who don't, but don't just put it on the black man because there's a lot of
Right.
other races that don't take care of their children. And my thing is this: you have a choice. I'm pro choice. I'm going to be pro choice. And you have a choice. So if you choose to lay down and make kids, then you should be choosing to take care of your kid. You shouldn't leave that on the mom just because you
Mhm.
and the mom aren't getting along. You shouldn't leave it on, and even same way, flop that to the dad. If the dad has custody of the kid and the mom ain't did her job, that shouldn't just be on the dad. So I praise fathers. Like I say, I
Mhm.
don't care about the race. I praise
Mhm.
those who prove the word to be father or daddy amazing.
Mhm.
Amazing in accomplishments, amazing in teaching, amazing in
Yes.
guiding, amazing in
Mhm.
protecting. That's what
Mhm.
I commend the dads who are real ones. And if you ain't that, that don't mean that you're a horrible dad. That just means you might need help in certain areas. And one thing I've learned, some people have never been taught. So if they haven't been taught, how do
Yeah.
they know?
Mhm.
Who is Yo-Yo?
I don't know.
No matter what, fathers need to pay for kids. This is
You're
true, but
absolutely right. Yo, yo.
Yeah,
Now,
they
don't get
do.
me wrong now. Don't get me
Right.
wrong. You should definitely pay for your kid. If you made your kid with that mama
Mhm.
and you mad at that mama, do not pay because you mad at the mama. Oh, yo, you
Mhm.
must have missed what I said. Yes, love, I said teaching. That's a good father. A good father teaches. A good
yeah.
father provides. A good
Mhm.
father shares. You know,
Mhm.
a good
Oh, yeah.
father doesn't beat. Now, don't get me wrong. Spare the rod. Sometimes you gotta pop
You,
them.
hey, hey.
Yo-Yo said, "I am me." I didn't mean it like that, sweetheart. I just was. I thought it was a somebody that one of us knew personally. So I'm sorry. I didn't mean it
Oh,
like
I don't know.
that.
It ain't. I don't know nobody that she know. I don't know.
But no,
Mhm.
welcome to our channel, yo yo. We
Right.
appreciate
Right.
we
Welcome.
appreciate
Hey,
all the
hey. Right.
interaction. We
And
definitely
Mm-hmm.
thank you for
appreciate.
engaging. Thank you for
Yes.
Right.
coming. You know.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Like, remember to catch us every Saturday, guys. Like I said, I really enjoyed this right here because we having a deep conversation about fathers and dads.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
definitely with Alonda sharing her beautiful story about the amazing father that she had, Lord rest him.
Thank
You
And
know,
I
Lord
also
rest
want
mine
to
too.
add to the things that you were saying about fathers, Pitbull. Yo-Yo says, I taught my stepkid till I was abused by my ex-wife and helped raise her kid. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Well, yo
Oh.
yo, we are sorry that you had any. We don't promote
You thought you
violence
went
over
to the
here on this channel.
oh.
Right.
Um, but if you taught your kid, you know what I'm saying. That's what's up.
Yeah.
You
And let
did
me
what you
tell
were
you,
supposed to do.
it's a special place in heaven for people who take the responsibility, take on the responsibility of
Yep.
other
Adults, yeah,
people's children because
Yes.
I've been blessed. I've been blessed
Yep.
beyond belief with the love of a
Yep.
man who did not was not my biological father.
right.
But I did want to say
Your
about
friend.
fathers too, like I was saying before, like me and my father didn't have the best relationship growing up, but it's simply because he wasn't there. um but I want to say that another thing that's important as fathers is if you know that you were less than in any kind of way as a father,
Mhm.
it's important to acknowledge those things at some point in that child's life to that child directly.
Mhm.
Because what I
Yep.
will say is that my father contacted me and
Right.
he took the steps towards mending those fences. He took the
That's
steps
good.
towards asking
Right.
if there were things that I wanted to discuss. He took the steps
Look at
towards
God.
engaging
Mhm.
with me and including me
Amen.
in his life. And it's been difficult with my family members because of that. Because you know, people who've been
Our
around and
people.
love you be mad as hell when you got a
Yeah.
father who wasn't shit in your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not mad at them for that. I thank y'all.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Thank y'all for really, really caring about me. So much
Mhm.
so that you be willing to cut somebody out when you feel like they didn't do right by me.
Mhm.
Right. Right.
Um,
Mhm.
but I
Yep.
just want to say that it's important for for men and women too. But in this month, we talking about the fathers. It's important for them to acknowledge their faults, to acknowledge where they didn't measure up, to acknowledge that they may have not been correct, that they may have done the wrong things. It's important. Yo-Yo says whites and all other races, other ethnicities, not races, are equally as bad as any other race. I'm sorry for starting with what I did. No, you're fine.
Yeah, you're
And
No,
fine, yo yo.
yeah, you
Yo-Yo
good.
also said, "Have you
Oh,
listened to be to be a man by Dax?" No,
No,
mhm.
we're gonna have to
yeah,
check that
we're gonna
out.
have to listen to that.
Thank you,
Yeah,
yo yo. But
yes,
no,
thank
yo
you.
yo, shout out, like big shout out to yo yo. Like you are
Right.
Right.
Yo-Yo is
interacting,
all
and
in
we
tune.
appreciate that because
Yeah.
Yes.
normally we have a couple of people that interact, but you really are interacting, and this is part of our show. It's what you
Yeah.
Right.
tired of, and
Yeah.
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 we are tired of parents that are not being good parents, and it don't
Right.
matter,
Mhm.
Right.
regardless
And
of the ethnicity.
like you said, it doesn't matter what ethnicity, because every time I hear about those fathers, the Indian fathers and the fathers of other nationalities that kill their daughters, beat
Oh
them to
my God.
death because they
Right,
don't, and they're allowed. It's their culture to do so. Like
right.
that stressed me out on the inside. Like that just
Mhm.
stressed me out. I'm like, what? How could you ever?
Yeah. When I
And
heard about
that's
that one,
culturally done. Like goodness.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. I don't even have YouTube up right now, but they said that he killed his daughter. And I just was like, what? Killed his daughters? Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. And I don't even know what nationality he was, but it was just the dad killed daughters. And I'm like, oh, no. You know what I mean? Like, you're
Yeah.
supposed to protect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're when you're with your dad or you're supposed to feel safe. That's how you're supposed to feel. And I couldn't imagine. Yeah, no, no, uh, no, no. You know
I
what I
definitely
told
get
y'all.
it.
Yeah, but
If you kill your
to what you were
Yeah.
kid,
saying,
you deserve the worst
Mimi,
punishment. Yo, yo, you're right. If you do kill your kid, it's the worst punishment. Like if you okay, let's just talk about it. So
let's
we
go.
had a segment talking about surviving these kids back in March.
Hmm. We
And
did.
we might have to get back on that because the kids,
Yes,
the kids are the kids.
That's a
But
yes.
continual discussion.
That is. We will
yes.
continue to. But please don't take that off the books. Please don't. Please, we're gonna
Yeah,
have to keep on
no,
talking about this
but
shit.
mom said interesting conversation. Thanks. Yes, of course. But no,
Mm,
we're gonna look up what you said, that book, me and
Yeah, I'm
Thundercat
looking it up
and
now.
Londa,
That's
and
what
we're
I was
gonna
looking
look at it
at.
and see, and we might end up bringing a segment in. That's no
yep.
problem.
Charles not.
I'm gonna subscribe. I appreciate your message. Oh, thank you, We
Right, yes.
appreciate you.
Oh,
We
We
appreciate
nice.
appreciate
Look
you
you.
at
too.
there.
We
Look at
Yes.
God.
definitely
Look at
we
God.
appreciate it. We're here
Yes.
every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we talk
Hmm.
about all type of topics, what you're tired of. And like I said, for
Hmm.
the month of June, we're talking about dads because we want to acknowledge our dads, recognize them as well. They don't always get the recognition.
They
You know what I
don't.
mean? So, yes, the kids always come first. We definitely
Yes.
Oh,
Yo,
Absolutely.
I
you
do
are the
listen to that.
best. Like, definitely hugs and definitely all the love to you, yo. We appreciate you for joining today. Continue
Oh.
to join and subscribe.
Mhm.
We're coming up with a teens talk for the teens to give them a platform as well to talk and feel safe. So
Yes.
if you know any teens, they definitely could come on. And if you want to come on the podcast, reach out to myself or Thundercat. We can send you the link just like Londa's on. You don't have to come on camera. Today is our first podcast, of course, the Car Chronicles. I was out doing Uber, so I pulled over so we can
What
finish our
Chronicles?
podcast.
Hey, before you end, I wanted to see if Yo-Yo could answer. Is it Dax is from a man's perspective? Because I did do like Dax. I didn't know, I didn't listen to everything he's done, but I do like his music. So I'm getting ready to listen to from a man's perspective after we get out. Well, I'm gonna listen to some of his other stuff too. But
Yo said it's a song. Look up the mega remix. Okay, we definitely gonna look that up as
Okay.
well.
Are you taking
Um,
notes?
oh,
'Cause
definitely gonna take some notes.
okay.
Like I said,
oh,
guys,
to be
remember
a
we got
man.
our
Yes,
teen
right.
talk coming up.
I'm getting ready to send both of y'all the song.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, guys, just real quick to do because we did have a good segment on talking about dads. But I do want to just bring up, guys, you know how we do our little reality segment. So just a real quick brush over of this week's celebrity BS. You know, as you guys know, Diddy's trial is still going on. Um, they've had a couple of people, YouTubers, to be investigated by the marshals because they're giving information that has been sealed.
Uh-oh.
So same old, but they definitely have proven the RICO. And we are gonna see. They claim it's gonna be over by the 4th of July, so we'll see if Diddy continues to stay locked up or if he will be released. Um, Talked about, of course, this week, Jackie Christie and Doug Christie. Doug Christie is suing Jackie Christie and Chris Webber for allegedly $4.6 million because he is not the father. And she has lied all this time saying that he was. So, all of those shenanigans. And then, of course, the girls had a fight this week or last week, Trump and Elon Musk. And hopefully, you know, they don't tear each other heads off, but they definitely are not seeing eye to eye right now. So that is basically our reality news for the week. Nothing too much going on. Shout out to Tisa Tales, Mims, Make It Make Sense, The Surprise Witness, BJ. I love them and follow them. So shout out to all of them. But what are you guys doing for the rest of the week? For this week coming? Can y'all hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can. I
Okay.
can.
Yeah, I had an appointment with a nutritionist, so I have a couple of more appointments this week.
Okay. Well, that is good. I hope everything works out for you. You're right, Yo. Diddy does need to stay behind bars because he is definitely a harm to society. Definitely, definitely. So we thank you guys as always. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And as always, this week, what am I doing? First of all, happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Um, Make sure you guys have an amazing time tomorrow, whatever it is that you guys are
Yes.
doing. Enjoy your kids,
Yes.
enjoy yourself, enjoy your time, you know, whatever you may do. Just make sure you guys have an amazing Father's Day. Um, Also, get some self love in there as well, to yourself. If nobody do nothing for you, do it for yourself. And I'm going to have an amazing week. I'm going to church tomorrow. The grandbabies are over and we're gonna have an amazing week. I look forward to being kind just on purpose,
Right.
just because. And as always, my best friends know I love them. I love them to pieces. I wish them nothing but the best for their upcoming week. I know one thing that we're all gonna have an amazing week. God is gonna bless us all with something great, whatever that may be. So, with that being said, what is your ending? What you want to end out with, Thunder?
Think big, bitch.
As y'all know, how we end our podcast. Once again, we like to thank everybody for joining. And remember, if you would like to join, please let us know. We'll send you the link. And as always, everybody have an amazing Saturday. Have a happy Father's Day, dads. And we'll see you next
Bye
Saturday.
Bitch,
bye.
you think it's small. We
Bye
need to be thinking
bye.
big. You need to be thinking big, bitch. You need to be thinking big, bitch.
Think big.
Think big, bitch.
Everybody have an amazing week. And thank you guys again for watching. Bye bye.